an earlier version of the agreement. Deal are still emerging about what the new version of the deal would include, but previous leak suggestion the deal has been extended beyond mineral to include control of Ukraine energy infrastructure, oil and gas. A signed memorandum intended published by the Ukrainian government on 18 April say that countries intend to set up an investment fund for the reconstruction of Ukraine as a part of economic partnership. Kiev and Washington aim to finalize the deal by 26 April. The MONU say the initial agreement was due to be finalized in February, but the planned sign was derailed after a meeting between US President Donald Trump and Zelensky erupted into a public shooting match. What are the terms of the deal? The MONU said that US and Ukraine intending to establish a reconstruction investment fund as part of an economic partnership between the two people and governments. It does not provide deal as to how such a fund would work. Ukraine Economy Minister Yulia Shcherbetsko said that text of the final agreement was still being worked on. There is a lot to do, but the cultural phase and significant progress give reason to extend that the document will be beneficial for both countries, she said as a social media post. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bens, who signed to agreement over a video call with Sorbedanko, told reportedly the deal was ostensibly what we agreed on previously. When the President Zelensky had a memorandum of understanding, we went straight to the big deal, and I think it's a 80% agreement, and that's what we will signing, he said. Prior reporter have indicated an investment fund would be managed by Kiev and Washington on equal terms. Tom had previously demanded that a joint investment fund would pay back the US for previous military and which Ukraine has received. A previous version of the deal was published by Ukrainian media in February before Zelensky meeting with Trump. The version envisages Ukraine contribute 50% of future proceeds from state-owned mineral research, oil and gas to into investment fund, which would be used to promote the safety, security, and prosperity of Ukraine. It also said to US would maintain a long-term financial commitment to the development of stable and economically prosperous Ukraine. Sign that text was published. Multiple sources have told the BBC's US reporter CBS News that the terms of the deal could change. In the day before the deal was proposed to be signed in February, disagreement over its terms formed part of a depending rift between Trump and Zelensky. The Ukrainian president rejected an initial request for the US for 500 billion in mineral, but this demand was dropped from the version published online. Does the deal include a security guarantee? The prospect of a mineral deal was first proposed by Zelensky last year was a way to, after the US and tangible reason to continue supporting Ukraine. He has been pushing for a deal to include a firm security guarantee from Washington throughout negotiation. Such as guarantee has
been made, but the signed memo does say both countries desire a lasting peace in Ukraine. Trump has signed the president of US contractors in Ukraine would act in itself as a security guarantee, but represent responsibility for Ukraine's security would now fall to Europe. The US president has previously said Ukraine would get the right to on fight on in return to access to its mineral. Why did Putin Russia invade Ukraine? When will deal when will the deal be signed? Both countries aim to complete discussion by 26 April with the aim of singles a final deal as soon as possible. According to the memo, Trump has said he hoped to sign the deal sooner by 24 April. We have a mineral deal which I guess is going to be signed on Thursday. Next Thursday, Son and I assume they are going to live up the deal. So uh, we will see. But we have a deal on that. He said this week. Trump and previously said he and Zelensky would sign the deal during a February meeting at the White House. Ukraine PM Samuel Shimol said a final version of the agreement had been prepared ahead of that meeting through Zelensky aimed Mykola Podolkin said only a frame agreement was due to be signed. But nothing at all was signed during the visit, which sent a disglamed into a heated exchange between Trump and Zelensky in the Oval Office. At the point of furious, Trump said Zelensky was not grateful enough for the US support during the war and that he was gambling the World War III. Zelensky said, make me a deal we were not adding. You wouldn't have the card. Not long after and well ahead of schedule, the Ukrainian president was seen having the White House. The White House been announced that deal had not been agreed and said Trump had decided to call off the signing ceremony himself. What mineral does Ukraine have? Kiev estimated about the 5% of the world critical rail material are in Ukraine. This includes some 19 million tons of proven reserve of graphite, which the Ukraine Geological Survey state agencies make the nation one of the top five leading countries for the supply of the mineral. Graphite is used to make batteries for electric vehicles. Ukraine also have significant despite of titanium or lithium. It say it has a substantial amount of the world rare earth material, a group of 17 elements that are used to produce weapon one turbine electric and other product visit in the modern world. But these claims are despite. Also, some of the country mineral despite have been seized by Russia, according to a Sorbonne research worth uh, 3.5 billion remain in occupation territories today. There are warning to that a deal allowing the US access to Ukrainian vast mineral wealth cannot happen unless the country addresses its problem with unexploded mines. A quarter of Ukraine land mass is estimated to be a continuous with landmine, mainly short, uh, mainly concentrated in the war to east of the country. Other issue, it will be some time before anyone see any material benefits from the deal. These resources aren't in Porter White House. They must be developed. Tomofia Mailovino, a former minister and head of Kiev School of Economics, told to BBC how has Russian react before the deal was supported to be signed in February. Vladimir Putin told state TV was ready to offer resources to American partner in joint project, including mining in Russian new territories, are referred to part of eastern Ukraine occupied by Russian signed its full-scale invasion 3 years ago. Putin said a potential US-Ukraine deal on rare mineral was not a concern and that Russia undoubtedly had. I want to emphasize significantly more research of this kind than kind than Ukraine. As for the new territories, it's the same while are ready to attack foreign partner to the so-called new to our historical territories which have returned to the Russian federal head. Trump suggests UK state visit set for the September. US President Donald Trump has signed Buckingham Place in setting date for September for his second state visit to the UK. The president told reporters in the White House on Thursday evening, I was invited by the king and the country, great country. It comes after President Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer handed Trump an invitation after the King Charlie in February during his visit to Washington. Police sources said an invitation has been issued for the visit and discussions are continuing to find a suitable date and venue with nothing finalized at this stage. Trump was hosted by the late Queen Elizabeth II during his previous 3 days straight visit in 2019, which took place during his first term in office. Traditionally, second-term US presidents are not afforded a state visit and have instead been envisaged for tier laws with the monarchs at Windsor Castle. King Charlie later proposed a meeting to discuss deals of the state visit at earlier different House of Balmoral, both in Scotland, a country which Trump has connection. BBC News understand that any visit from Trump would have to be hosted at Washington as several Buckingham Place state rooms are out of action due to reserving. Trump's mother was born and brought up at the Arvidon Island of Levis. This year he has planning to open a new golf course in Aberdeenshire to be named after his mother. Speaking on Thursday, Trump said they are going to be a second. As you know, a second first, that's what it is a feast and it's beautiful and it's the first time it's ever happened to one person. And the reason is we have to separate terms, and it's a honor. I'm friend of Charlie. I have great respect for King Charlie and the family. William, we have a really just a great respect for family, and I think they are setting a date for September. There has been no official confirmation from down Downing Street, but it confirmed the visit will be shown as an important way to strengthen relation with Washington aimed at going to trade war. Okay, thank you guys.